that is a long grain. ES44C4, the other one's probably the same thing. Because, you know, BNSF loves those engines. Hey, look at that. That's what we heard.
Oh, no.
It's an H2. Just kind of, you know, it's not moving, but it's headlight. Oh. Never mind, it's starting to move. Dude, the EOTD is going crazy. Well, its ditch lights aren't on, so it is moving, but it's moving that way. I don't know what's going on there.
Huh.
What?
Old CB&Q Boxcar.
Oh, shit. Damn. What? Can't hear you. It's really loud. Ooh. And now I can't see. Here, can you hold this so I can put on my sunglasses? Let's get closer. That is the obvious. Oh, there's an H2 on the other side. Yes, I got the right radio. I just heard him. Oh, that guy is. Oh. Okay. Well, at least I know I got the right dispatcher channel. Wow.
Bishop. No, Bishop. Over.
Yes, COTD. Red. It's because they got red signals because of that train that was sitting down there. That's why they're stopped there. Jump on it. What? Oh. is eventful. I looked at the signals down there. One on the right, right over red. The one that we're on, or this guy was on, was yellow over red. So they were waiting for that switcher to get out of the way. What? All right. Alright, my other hat's on this hat. Forgot about that. Oh, red still.
Roger, gas stop for your please signal down, over. Second motor. It's alright. Well, whatever. Just pull that in all one. Roger that.
Yo, TD, it's going crazy. Yes, we hear you. Yo, TD, we hear you, buddy.
Air control. Clear departure signal.
There it is. What the hell is that? Yes, yes. We get it, buddy. We get it. Well, that is gold, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Swear to God, that lettering on that H2 was, I guess not. Damn. I repeat, damn. Oh, crispy. Dash 9. Nice. Which one's this? I
Zero
wonder.
cap south, ready, looking out the power head, call to head north.
What are you, engine? Okay. Oh, it's a DC. Okay. Goes for a while.
Nope, just south into Route 1.
I mean, damn, this. Damn. It's Dash 9 once again. Not leading, but I mean, it's here. Still got red. They could be here for a few minutes. Thumbnail. Stand in the shade at least. It's nice and
Understand,
in the
Mike.
shade.
So then there you go. And he does get told you're good to go.
Okay. Red over red. Red over red. And yellow down there. All the way down there, yellow. I don't know what they're waiting for. So needed to be all the way down yonder on that line, so I don't know. I don't know. Going back to shade, it's hot. Really, really hot. Yes, God, Jesus Christ. It's wild. Yes, yes, Jesus Christ, we get it. Hot, hot, hot. Really, really hot.
Thank you. You guys have good.
Yellow. be heading out here. Yellow, yellow. Now we can wait. We wait. Yeah, we get it, UOTD. We get it. We get it. There's a train. We get it, buddy. Alright. Should be moving. Yellow, I mean, I don't know. Should be fine to go.
Let me know when to go.
A lot of green.
Control.
Yeah, we're all by that 39 foot.
There. Control 1 gal, over.
Damn. So you guys should say about that. Right now they're switching over to track 1. So both tracks are occupied as of right now. That's why they're going so slow.
Lindy, bring it into 804, clear the south end, time to power.
Oh, have a good trip.
Ooh. Damn.
C9 power, your on signals out, over.
Damn. What is that noise? Oh. Check a ram track. Damn. Where he goes?
BRC, diverging approach.
Oh, hey. There's a train coming. Rolling down the tracks. Wonder what he's doing down there. I see you, buddy. I see you. Damn. We get it. We get it. Holy shit. Yeah. It's music to my ears. Yeah, the BNSF traffic here is amazing. Dang. It's loud. I want my hat, and I want to be in the shade. I wonder how close he thinks he's getting. So I can go to interchange, maybe. Maybe once this guy gets off this track, he'll be able to come up.
Yes, we are.
Hey! What are you calling me for? You interrupted the video.
Main track 1, West Memphis, back to your train.
I'm hiding in the shade, it's hot.
After stopping, plane stop at Knox, West Lake, QRY, main 1, westward direction to the train, over.
Back on the repeat. Call in the clear.
Call in the clear.
What the hell? So there's something else again. Can you hold my hat? I would put it in the car, but it seems like every time I try and walk away from this place, another train shows up. And I don't know where, but I heard more toots. I don't know if you heard them too. Like, somewhere that way. There's so much traffic. How? Oh, I didn't realize I stopped. So much traffic. How are we even supposed to get to the museum and enjoy it? There they go. Hear anything on that Amtrak? Is there like a loudspeaker that tells when it's coming?
I think it's coming soon because they were saying something.
That's so there's a lot of people over there.
Yeah. There's also a bus.
What is growing,
Yeah.
and that is so true. Hey Richard, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna go down that hill and into this car right here.
Right.
We're going into Poland. We must be rich. We must be really rich, man. It's the first time hearing of it.
You're not by yourself.
Now Tawny and me.
Wow.
Oh my.
This was our museum from 1982 till 2004.
Really?
Yeah, and we fundraised. Yeah, the truck's underneath her in 1931. Now this is a 1919 car. See, she was used as a shanty out in the backyard, so she was without wheels.
Okay.
You know, 1940. So these guys had to come in and fix it for it to be a museum. And when it was across the street, but the trucks that went underneath her were 1931. So when they would write about our museum, they would say, it's a 1931 Pullman. And everybody would be like, oh my God. You know, if you're true railroad, you will see all the rivets that are used on the outside of this car, and they were only done that way 1917 to 1919.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go first. I think that's, yeah.
Well, up in this way is
There we
the
go. Thanks.
air conditioned part. You know, I never did check that out before it came out here.
Oh my.
You know, I would love to get a map like this with all the
This is
railroads
like
and everything.
yeah, this is a railroad map.
Mhm.
And to me, I want it back in there because I have the genealogy up. And the Atlantic and the Pacific Railroad actually began out in the west. And they were going to come to the Atlantic.
Oh, really?
Yep. And actually before the gold rush.
That's that spur they had to build for ATSF to get to Santa Fe.
Yeah. So we have the diagram, the colorized is on the inside, but this is what it would have looked like. And this is the way.
Is Pullman, is that an Illinois company?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah. Nobody asks me anymore about it because I'm their curator. I didn't work the railroad. I have 57 family members that did, right?
Wow.
Okay, so when I come in, well, I started working, this was the museum. So all the guys were like, okay, so you didn't, so you look up all our information. When I got to Pullman, and that's what this car is, right? Okay, the guy that really designed all the sleeper cars and all these are called Jefferson drinking chairs, and they would fold out into beds because they were a wider seat.
Mm-hmm.
So when they slid down, you know, it made into a bed. They were separated by curtains later, but open, just like this. And we did get a 1919 mattress. But Pullman, they didn't tell me when I was going to be reading how much railroad men, railroad workers, there's a whole section of what happened. But the original designer of all cars was Webster Wagner was his name. He's from New York. He was coming on a train to Chicago to meet with Pullman to cinch the steel to build these cars. Oh, but he's killed in a train wreck.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, on his way out here to the west. And so Pullman was like, well, he was coming to see me to give me all his designs, and we were going to go in business, so therefore I will build. Voila.
Yeah.
Pullman becomes a billionaire. But this one is a real 1919. I always leave that open because it's made of horsehair and straw, and you can feel it. Now this one's a 1924, and you can see and feel the springs and the cotton. But yeah, that one.
Oh my.
Isn't that cool?
That's just, I just don't, it's...
It's 6 foot. And that's,
Is it?
That is. Really.
Wow.
And
I mean,
these guys
I think it's the
got 'em,
curtain.
yeah, I'm 5 foot,
Oh, look at that view. We are
5
rich.
foot 10.
That's a nice
Yeah,
view.
that's the southwest view.
That's a big window.
So then they set up what the
Oh,
vagina
my.
would have looked like.
Oh, maybe not.
No, these are all fake.
Okay.
Nothing could be real out here.
Oh,
But what is missing was right here in the middle would be the candle. All dinners were served under candlelight and breakfast. And
So many stuff that says
it
the
was
Burlington Route on it.
very elegant. So we tried. Oh wow, there's the BNSF map. I wondered where it went. This is actually of 1999. I can tell you right now, I can tell all the difference. This is the tie plant. That's where the only tower is. This is where the hump is, right in there, the hill.
It's a giant yard.
Oh yeah, it's very clean. I grew up with the old yard, and there was a lot of clay paths and cinders. And I grew up with cowboys and Indians and older brothers. We played in the yard, but you knew how, because our dad, grandpa, uncles, everybody worked in it. Our car department in 2004, they won the awards for whatever.
It's a nice
So all
picture.
these photos we used as window blocker to keep the heat out. But of course, they were proud of themselves, you know, and had
Toasty brakes.
all these.
Jesus.
Oh my God, yes. This is the wood of the agent ticket booth that was in the old depot that sat here. And this will be incorporated into our museum. Now, a lot of our cash registers that are in there are over 100 years old.
Oh my God.
Neat.
I want them inside.
Fair enough.
And this, of course, when they won their award, all the painted pieces
Wow.
actually were donated with all their pictures of all the parts. But these are the old journals. These are the brakes that were used before the roller bearing.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they put that one up there. This picture, when it was taken, this was all modified to look like that. But when it was taken, there were, what do you call the spigots and telephone poles. And
Oh.
But that was taken at 6 in the morning, the day after Lincoln was killed.
Oh
Or not
my.
Lincoln, Kennedy. It
Really?
was- yes, it was like, you know, freezing.
Is that coffee?
This is a coffee maker.
Ooh,
and
I
it is
am
heavy.
thirsty.
It has the real, oh my God, the real lining on the inside,
Jesus.
ceramic.
So that's like the real
Yes.
deal.
Yes, it is.
Oh wow.
What is missing, you know, is the
The glass tube.
glass tube.
So,
And
so you know the level of coffee.
Yeah.
yes. And
Wow.
they would serve hot chocolate, but right behind me would have been the locker for the conductor. This cutaway is the women's washroom and the women's nursery.
Moving on to first
Yeah.
class.
The one before, I left that sink down because I don't get to show everybody. But that is their first restroom. Where
Don't
we
look too
put-
comfortable.
Wow. Where we put this is actually where a safe would have been put on board. And currency was actually delivered to towns until 1969, money. And Galesburg being a hub, all Saxamail and currency was taken on board. So always, these guys wore their guns. They had their 57 revolver. They're government employees, but they were on the railroad. This is the money maker. You get your money, or get your mail delivered. Those are rare.
Oh really? Come through here?
Rare on these lines, yes.
Wow.
Very.
It's a nice
rare.
deal.
This was the money. It paid greatly. So these guys built a faster engine to get the money, or get the mail delivered twice a day, and once
Wow.
on Sunday. Except during war times, mail would be delivered twice a day on Sundays. Very important to keep up with what was going on. These cards are actually what these guys are given. They're 5 days on, 5 days off. And these bookcases are the same as this. They're practice cases. So they have over 6,000 addresses to memorize, and then come back on this car, and
Oh,
they'll
neat.
take a section of this, and these pieces of wood will turn 4 times after they complete their route, and
Oh,
they'll
my.
turn it to do the next route. So you have over 100,000 pieces of paper in here. I laugh because every time we put light bulbs in here, I swear this car is haunted. I don't care. We're a museum. Things happen. But
Yeah.
every time you put a light bulb in here, it goes out. Because in this car, RPO clerks would not use the lights. They carved out all their windows, and they used their handheld kerosene lanterns. They all were issued too. And they wrapped all the wiring in pipe, even. But when there's movement, the lights flicker. One flicker in 1,000 pieces of paper is instant death for these guys.
Oh, sure.
So they weren't doing it. And I swear they still won't let us keep the lights on to tell anybody about it.
That's
So-
funny.
It is. But this nail,
So they would sort it and toss it in here, and then the
Kiwani.
bag would hang here,
oh dear.
and they'd
Well-
open the door, and it's just slide out, huh?
The upper part is for the newspapers and the magazines and parcels.
Okay.
Now there would be smaller bags as well as the bigger bags. You put the bag up to get all the parcels out, and then put the smaller bag that had the mail into it, collect the bag, and set it off on either side. Now when they're moving and doing 80 miles an hour, yeah, and he's stopping. This is so rare. So rare.
I have to take your word for it. It's our
Yes.
first time being up this way. We're from like an hour and 30 minutes away in LaSalle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just south of Mendota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So just on the rail.
But these guys come in and they had it all set up, and so I had them put a display case in here, and they've been mad at me since, because this was all bags, and I said, what is going on? And they said, there is no, the mail contract as of 2004 in the United States of America, Nixon assumed it in 1970. The contract was null and void 2004. It actually belongs to the railroad. And Bush didn't do anything with it. Obama didn't do anything with it. The other one didn't do anything with it. And this one that's in office can. Because he likes trains, so they said. But this was what provided all private railroads their passenger service in America. Look at that. Amtrak's government owned. And it's
Yeah.
supposed to,
Tractors are.
it is supposed to be supported by the U.S. Mail. Why are we ripping out Amtrak lines and making them go on freight lines?
Right. That's, I don't understand the
Oh, he pulled
damage,
out.
the damage that's being done to rail lines.
I wonder why he's stopping. That's a lot of. It's kind of like a high
Because
priority.
he's pulled out of a departure yard, and he's going to back up, and it's going to go back way out by Cameron is a Y that extends to go onto the Transcon.
Okay.
Yep.
Jesus, it's still coming.
On that map, and there I can Transcon.
Oh, hey, there's
The
a.
interchange.
What's going on here? What comic strip?
Oh, that's a drawing. Yeah,
It's
get this. They all smoked, but they would not have lights on.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What's
There's
that?
some.
this guy, right?
Oh, I don't
This
know.
guy?
He's trying to put the pieces together to solve the puzzle.
Yeah. I
Wow.
like this one, our early days.
Jesus, that is like.
Yeah.
They worked through it though.
They did,
I mean-
and they all liked it.
Yeah.
The mail would be put off, and it would catch on anybody heading eastbound
Okay.
because all goods have to go west. That's what CB&Q is. Everything west.
Yeah.
So if you've got mail going east, or trains coming by going east, he's going to set those bags out and go back east.
Okay. Yeah, they just had the hooks out there and just snatched them.
Oh,
yeah,
yes, they
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was rare that anybody would miss. And I thought, wow.
That's shocking.
That is.
That's really shocking.
Well, they're government employees. They would be terminated, fired, and fined because that's government property they lost. They ain't going to jail.
So you don't want to miss that.
No way.
Are we going out here? Or?
Yep, we go out this way. We're going to go into the baggage part of this car.
Oh, neat.
This is a combination
Yep.
car.
Yep, combo car.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah. Now, this car will be 100 years old next year.
Let her go first.
Yeah.
This is 1924. It has a dual air conditioning unit.
Oh my God.
400K block of ice goes in there, and it's got 4 Jupiter jets, also known as a blower, and a window fan
Okay.
that pull the cold air into the car. And
Wow.
CB&Q used blocks of ice for their air conditioning for cars until 1968. The
Wow.
test with Freon with too many deaths, they waited for deaths to be down to 20%.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Acceptable losses.
Isn't that a shame? Now, the New York
Oh, here we
Central
go.
was way high on deaths from the air conditioning.
Mini train in here.
Is that not cool? See the train set? This guy made it.
Oh wow.
His wife and daughter actually painted it. They allowed him to feel all the cars. He carved it. But he was born blind. He could never work the railroad. And this is what he thought he saw.
Well, that's a pretty good. I mean, that looks pretty accurate to me. I mean,
Yes.
wow.
Oh my gosh, those people are neat. We just had people from Jacksonville. And now he's taking off, so he is leaving.
He is hauling. That's strange.
It is. That is so weird. I'm sorry. We don't see too much.
No, that's all right. We'll take any commentary. Oh, and it's ending right now. So there he goes.
Okay, that's
These milk canisters?
well, I should have known. Yeah, these are milk and those are cream.
Oh.
Actually, this is backwards because the cans of cream and produce would have been on the grades, and I got permission this fall to come and change all that to over here because then it would be correct.
Fire extinguisher.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's that?
It's a really old fire extinguisher.
Oh, I know. We got a few of those in there,
Wow.
but we can't put them in display because they can't be out. They're empty. But we have one barrel of Coca-Cola because we did have a Coca-Cola plant here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
And we had one guy come here. He was from Oklahoma. He is visiting all the towns that had the artesian water. Well, Galesburg had artesian water. And he said, okay, who bought all the artesian wells? And I said, oh, no. Don't you know, our city council said at that time, we got to use the Mississippi water, that all the wells are going to be contaminated from the farmers. And he said, lady, your townspeople were handed a crock. So artesian wells do not. And I said, well,
No, because they're so deep.
yes.
Yeah.
And he said, somebody's tapping them and somebody's making money here.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, yeah, we know the 5,000 people who never farmed or railroaded. And he said, they're the ones that probably own all the, and I said, they're the businessmen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy here. But yeah, this is the other washroom. And I always show, oh yeah, you want to see the purple light?
Purple?
Yes.
It is.
Oh,
It
wow.
is purple. When that shines, he's backing up. She is. That's a she.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yep. And it's rare. You didn't use white light because all the lanterns were all shining white or yellow. So the purple was the reverse
Oh, unique,
on
yeah.
the steam engine. Yes.
Wow.
Oh God, yeah. I have to show kids that.
What's this? What's with all the line that's running on each side?
The emergency cord.
Oh.
This car will always follow right behind the engine. But this car is actually reversed because that door would not open. So we have it sitting reversed. Your post office and then baggage, then the people.
Okay.
And so these guys had the right to stop the train. They're government. They can.
Makes
Yeah, they
sense.
did. But yeah, all this information stuff should be down there. These are my grades. And I made them save these. See, they redid the floor. I was crushed. Because before they did the floor, there was grades on all four sides. And this floor was really, really super dark. But you could feel all the grooves because they would bring in special horses, special goats, the nanny goats, because during the Depression, the milk companies all went on strike. So for 5 years, there was no milk. All babies from 1932 to 1937 had to have goat's milk.
Oh, wow.
So if you have 10 goats on this car, you're going to have a government guide. So they carried 9. And Galesburg had a racetrack. Another part of our history nobody wants talked about. But it happened.
Headlights.
Oh.
The what?
Headlights.
On an engine?
I saw headlights. I had to
Oh,
put it
he's
down.
coming out of the Peoria mine.
Oh, mine.
Mm-hmm. What's he got? Coal or tack? It appears to be coal. Yep, it is.
Wow.
Oh, neat.
Freight is consistent. Amtrak is not.
So when does Amtrak typically stop by through here?
When they're on time.
That's a good answer.
You got one coming.
Hmm?
Oh no, it's him. He's got some power. He's got to climb 4.5 miles uphill out of town.
My God.
Yep. So he'll gain speed here in a minute. Oh, that's a cat iron ore.
Oh,
He
wow.
just come in the other day. Oh, so now he's leaving.
Wow.
So,
What's this?
with the train, our track, like with the layout, you see the different sizes of track, like different heights and stuff? We were talking about different code on the track. That's what it is. The height of the height of the cross section of the rail. Like code 100 would be like this, and code 60 would be, down here. Like,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. But they do the same thing with rail track.
Huh.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, you'll see like a lot of model railroaders, they'll use different code on one side of the track or the other, and like turns and stuff. So the train leans into the curve.
I was looking at these this morning when I was opening. See, the one thing the guys made me do was look up a lot of history, and the bad part of that was I come back and I said, hey, some of your history isn't correct.
Right.
And they're like, oh no, you can't tell us that because we have our superhero engineer who writes all the history. And I'm like, well, hey, you know what? He's wrong.
Yeah.
The know-it-alls.
Yeah. And I ain't supposed to know because, I didn't work the railroad. And it's like, well, okay. So I threatened him. I said, I'm going to go to Springfield and Boston. I'm going to get the real full documents. And then I'll just put it in a story. Let you guys know what really happened. They're like, so the one guy had to hurry up and write a story.
Hey. Sounds exciting.
Oh, it's fun. It really is. Right here, and I don't know who took the waste out, but somebody did.
Oh.
But all of these are journals, because the roller bearings wouldn't be replaced until 1959. But journals is actually what was used for the wheels, and they had to be oil. But the waste is threads that they would take and wrap around them so that they would continually spin. And if they dried out, didn't have enough oil, they would cause what they call a hot box. Basically, they're dry, need oil. But this is her tender, 15,000 gallons of water and 27 tons of coal with a 3-ton extension.
Wow.
She was made in the 1930s, her and her sister, all for carrying mail.
Guess who made them?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Huh?
It's just a joke amongst us now. 'Cause we live in Illinois, so we see a lot of Baldwin locomotives.
Yes.
And one of our
Hudson, too.
yeah, one of our first railroading adventures together was up to
Union?
no, we just went there last weekend.
Oh my
actually.
gosh.
No, it was
I can't
Amboy.
remember.
Amboy.
Yes.
Okay.
And where Baldwin used to
Yes.
be, or no, Rochelle, where Baldwin used to be located.
Yeah.
Yeah, before they moved it all to Pennsylvania.
And when we went to Amboy, there was the
And
first ever one we saw made by Baldwin.
There was a Baldwin steam engine there, which was the last steam engine to be certified to be given paperwork to run on American rails in 1976. It had been decommissioned and to be sold for scrap. And
Yes.
the guy that owned the Sterling Wire Company, Metal and Wire Company,
Yeah.
he saw a couple of these old steamers that were ready to be scrapped. And he's like, I'll just refurbish them, get them recommissioned, and use them as switchers in my yard.
Oh my God.
And it was the last one to be commissioned to run on American Rail in 1976, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it is. That's good to know. Really.
Here we go.
But
Oh,
she's
sorry.
what they call a 40-mile seat. And
Oh.
within 40 miles, she's got to have water. So all towns, from here to the Quad Cities, 40 miles. Kiwani's 40 miles. Burlington's 40 miles.
All the
based
rivets.
upon these type of
All the
engines.
rivets.
Okay.
All inside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty
Now we're going to
reinforced.
climb 10 feet and going to drop 10 degrees. It is very cool.
Really?
Yes.
This is cool. 464.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we've ever been able to climb inside a steamer yet, so this is like
Oh, my God.
this is a first. Well, not too many of them just have this open like this. I mean, Union, you had so many things you could climb into, but
Just like that nightmare that I have all the
Oh,
time,
isn't that,
nightmare.
that is the weirdest feeling right there.
where I can't get in.
Right there.
Oh, wow.
I feel nice.
Oh, wow. Holy Jesus.
She is auger fed. She was on spoon because she had to maintain speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour because she's carrying the mail that's got to be delivered.
Jesus.
She has a recorder, and actually, that was added later. That's the engineer. This is the fireman, and this is the brakeman.
Oh, poor brakeman. He barely got any room to sit there.
Well, he isn't going to be on here that long. He is the one. Only in railroad, a brakeman can come forward, but he sits here, and then when they stop, he gets off and goes back.
Wow.
But in Hollywood, he can turn around and run backwards and live. Didn't happen ever. This is her firebox and the augers underneath.
Ow.
Steam engines did not have metal floors. They can't. This is 250 degrees
yeah,
in front
yeah.
of them.
Oh, yeah.
And he had the wooden boards. We only have 2 of her original boards left. That's this one and this one.
Oh, that's the original wood from when this train was built?
Yes,
Jesus.
1930.
That's awesome.
Do you have
Oh,
any
yeah,
idea what
she
any of
was-
this does?
Donated.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Oh yeah, you can sit and pretend. If you look ahead, you can see out his window. He's seen absolutely nothing. But he did not drive with a forward vision. He was watching his conductor from behind, and actually she had more gauges than this. But she was donated to the city of Galesburg, or citizens of Galesburg, in 1961, and left available, and totally tore up, and sat on fire, and the city wanted it scrapped.
You said set on fire?
Set on fire, yeah.
Oh my, that's not
And
nice.
the city wanted to scrap her, sell her and scrap her, and citizens said no. And the Galesburg Railroad Museum, of course, had become incorporated, and they took over the lease of taking care of her.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So, but she had a good life. These guys really didn't see nothing. They had
No.
steam coming back on them. And this cross breeze, they would tell me, you know, summertime was great. They would leave they called this the banner before we started calling everything banners. The banner actually originated in the steam engine,
Okay.
because he's got to put this down in the winter, because this cross breeze now is 40 below zero, and to keep warm, because they're saturated with the steam
Mm-hmm.
continually. They really said they would only sit as they came into town, but mostly they stood to keep dry.
Okay.
Otherwise they get pneumonia.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. So these gauges that are inside her now are not hers. When the museum took over, they welded the metal floor in here, saved what wood they could,
Well, this is a good view.
and went and collected gauges and valves to show what this did look like.
There's even an arm cushion out here.
Yeah.
And this. Oh,
That's fucking. That's great.
just
Oh, yeah, they
right there.
now.
Oh, that's hot. I don't know what I was expecting, but ooh, it's a little warm. Bet they don't appreciate that in the summertime. This is really cramped. Aw, again.
Not do that.
Oh, that person just
I
went
never-
across.
I never played on rails, and I never ever drove around them.
I'll just go ahead and.
Oh, somebody drove around the gate.
So a bicycle just went over.
Bicycle
Okay, what is happening?
No.
It's messing with us.
did. Yeah.
These windows are really cloudy, but I mean, I can still see. It's just.
No, it's plexiglass.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, it says Milwaukee up here.
What? He's riding back at
Yeah,
us?
you're an
yeah.
idiot.
Oh,
you
my.
would not believe how many people in this town play suicide with these trains. I get mad at that. I mean, not the fact that the fact that they're killing themselves, but that crew sees
It's the psychological impact on the crew,
Yes.
plus the bad press for
Yeah.
the trains.
Yes.
You know.
They cannot. I always say to kids, where's the steering wheel?
Yeah.
They can't turn and get out of your way. You know, they're on rail. And the same with our simulator. When I have little kids, you know, playing it, I'll go back there and say, where's the steering wheel for the train? And they're like, they didn't put one. You know, and I say, a train can't
Yeah.
move out of
It's
your
like,
way.
if you see
You gotta
the-
get out of
And
it.
it can't
You know where
stop
the train's
either.
gonna be. Follow the track.
Yep.
Right. Stay off the track if you don't want to die.
I grew up. My dad. I grew up as an Air Force brat. My dad was really into trains.
Mm-hmm.
Always, my entire life, I can't remember a time he didn't have a layout. You know.
Oh my goodness.
And I live in Panama City, Florida, which is a couple counties over from one of the worst train accidents ever, where it had chlorine and ammonia at the same lashing right next to each other, and it was
Yes.
a low point. They crashed and made mustard gas and killed a bunch of people. And It changed the way, like, new government regulations about how lashings are put together, and then we moved to Virginia. Oh my God, I go
That's a million minor trains.
So many like shays and stuff. That's where I fell in love with the shay and steam, because there were so many.
Dakotas are out there too.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my God,
yeah, it was amazing.
Do you know that siding? What was that used for? That piece of track that's just sitting there.
Well, we kind of put it there so that we could have the Leviathan and the Lincoln funeral car here. And that was supposed to be for, like, you know, certain rail cars or engines to come.
Yeah.
But BNSF said they want $75,000 for any special car to come on that.
That figures. No, they like their money.
Yeah, but they paid $850,000 to look at it.
This is exactly like a recurring nightmare right now.
So we haven't had special cars.
That's a bummer. You know, like, I mean, they paid to have that sign put in. But
Yeah, they did. BNSF did. And the section gang did.
how are you going to come get that money?
Well, that's.
What's with that
Well,
bow
we
over there?
can't use the main lines for anything to come into town. And so we
Wow.
can go there. To put a car onto this, and that delays traffic. So they want off a main line. So they want 75,000, and then the insurance. So
That crossing's messing with us. I'm just gonna say it now
on
because it's gonna keep
railroad
going off.
days, of course, BNSF will bring down a switcher or a engine, you know, onto this track, so that people can go through it.
When's your big
Railroad days.
Yeah.
It's the 4th weekend in June.
Okay.
It's designated, not the last weekend, the 4th
Okay.
weekend. Now we do bus tours. We're gonna go this way, yeah. We do bus tours of the yards, and all our guides that are on the bus, they're all former railroaders.
Okay.
Now we go up into this.
Okay.
Or when you go out on the other side, you go out backwards, like you come down backwards on the stairs.
Oh wow, this one's really well decked out.
Doesn't it feel nice in there?
Yes, it
Ooh,
does.
ooh, oh my.
At night, it would be really freezing in here, because
Flakes.
basically the only heat source she had was the stove.
I'm kind of hungry. Anyone want Frosted Flakes?
Do you know those are all from 1985?
Oh my God.
Um,
Surprising. They don't really change much.
No, they really didn't. But that's what, this was the last car to be serviced and cleaned and remodeled in our roundhouse in Galesburg in 1985, and then donated to us.
Wow.
But yeah.
Is that a roundhouse?
Yeah, we had one.
I found coal.
Well, we had a double roundhouse actually, but I wasn't here when they tore that down. It was just one too many things happening. When you grow up with railroad and you see all the changes, it's,
Right.
yeah. You know, my husband moved me to Carthage, Illinois, which, see, was a watering point for anybody going to Quincy.
Okay.
So,
Well, Carthage, that's on the river, isn't it?
not quite yet. It's
Doesn't. I thought.
Oh God. There's a bird.
Oh, it's fake.
I know, but it scared me.
Oh.
There's just a bird chilling in here.
Samuel Clemens. Mark Twain.
Where's your ticket, sir?
Oh, Hannibal.
He talks about Hannibal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yep, after they completed.
But yeah, Carthage. I know he talks about Carthage in one of the books. The name of the town comes up. Like.
Oh yeah, it was
I was actually
exciting.
just I was in Hannibal 2 years ago for my birthday. I took a long trip from home. I went to Hannibal. drove through Arkansas, or through Missouri and the Ozarks and Arkansas,
Yeah.
so I could get to Sardis, Tennessee.
Wow.
And I spent a couple days there with my friends, just weekend of moonshine and pistols,
Okay.
just out in the mountains.
Yes.
Cups.
But yeah, I went to Handle, and I carved out in my mind about 3 or 4 hours to just mess around. You know, it's Saturday morning or Friday morning, and I got up early and had my breakfast. It's like 8 o'clock, and I go down to the Mark Twain Caves. They're like, yeah, we don't open until 10. Nothing in town. Nothing. Like, and the hobby, the railroad hobby shop right next to the hotel didn't open until 10. None of the tours or anything. I was like, well, I can wait on 2 hours, but then I got
Right.
just gonna hit the road. But it was still cool anyway.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, this was their only
Oh yeah.
they stayed with the train because the conductor had the paperwork for all freight cars, but he's got 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 different crews up front, but he never leaves the train. And then once he gets to final destination, he waits for the next class. The whole list consists of a train coming back to his home point. But it would take him a week just to get from here across Wisconsin because they had to wait on all mail trains. Mail is
Okay.
number one priority.
Mm-hmm.
And now it isn't. And it's like, oh dear, it shouldn't be.
Just the postal system in general was pretty messed up.
It is.
I'm really good friends with the president of the postal union in my area. She's a big train fan as well.
Oh, cool.
She told me when the big boy was going to be in Chicago.
Yeah.
I was up in Oshkosh for the air show with my dad, and she called me up. She's like, "The big boy's in Chicago today. You need to go see it." And I was like,
Oh, wow.
"I'm driving back to Chicago in about 2 hours." But yeah, she talks about all the problems, and it's been ongoing for the last 2 or 3 presidential administrations have really messed up the post office.
We know.
Like the last 2
since
especially,
Bush,
Obama and Trump like really screwed the post office over hard. Both of them. Like it's like, and this is the only government agency that is actually we have rules for since the beginning, since the Constitution.
That the government doesn't own anymore.
Yeah.
They're lying to us.
Yeah.
I'll believe the railroaders, and if that contract is up, it's up. Because John Quincy Adams was a 1964 law that, like I said, in 2004, it was up. It was null and void for Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
And
If the government got out of it, it'd run better.
I agree.
They might be able to then they can afford to pay their pensions.
You know, we have pieces of what they call it rawhide leather because postage was half pence to 3 cents in all that time from 1864 to 1970. But people would really write on rawhide and it is stamped. And I'm like, can't I just put them in the display? We have 2 of them. They're real, and it's so faded. And it's like, so what? It happened.
Right. I mean, people used to mail their kids
They did
on the train.
They
yeah.
did. They really.
They quite literally like paid the postage,
Yes.
paid child rate postage, and
they would be in the baggage car.
Yep.
And, yeah, in the local orphanage. Because there was orphanages, like Galesburg had an orphanage because it was a hub. And children that were shipped from the east would be here to catch the next trains.
They have a memorial in Amboy at their depot. They have a memorial for the
orphan trains.
Yeah, the orphan trains, and they have an old school that was there because they had so many of them. It was like the top floor of the depot was an orphanage.
Oh my God!
And, I mean, temporary orphanage, and they had an ass school there too.
Yes, they did.
Just because they're kids, they need to go to school. You know, even though they're in this great diaspora across the country. Yeah.
To be sold.
Yeah, basically. But it's a nice little bronze thing, a little boy and girl, and he's holding a toy train, and she's got a little teddy bear. Yeah. Yeah, that was a neat show.
What our town would do, but our orphanage is like right up by our police station, right across the street, and the thing is falling down and falling over, and I'm thinking, what is wrong that you all don't see this? You know, tear it down. But they had a school within it in the orphanage.
Yep. Yeah, that's
because that was legal.
that whole lost generation.
Oh my God. Well, it's don't talk about it so it can
Yeah.
happen again. Don't forget to walk down backwards. Yes. They're half steps.
That's right. How's the quote go? Those who forget their history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah. And that's what they will. And when Arkansas now has made slavery, they abolished all child labor laws. I seen that and I thought, wait, where is our Supreme Court again? But it's we've been here before.
Someone take
history.
those things are open too.
What's that? Yes, so I can show where. Oh yeah, show where the waste and the oil.
Let's see, this one's a little bit more open, but
Yes,
wow.
I thought it was cool
Oh yeah, yeah.
to show why we have so many oil cans. And,
Yeah.
we used to have even overall shops and
So I have a question.
yeah.
The couplers. I see the display of the couplers. Were those invented in Galesburg? The
Oh, the Janny Cutler
yeah.
or Sharon. No,
Fairman.
they were not invented in Galesburg. They were invented by a black guy, Janny. And of course, he is never going to get credit for it
No.
unless I tell you. But he was a slave, and the couplers themselves were the Lincoln pins.
Mm-hmm.
And until that coupler was accepted, they had to find somebody who could buy the copyright because Jenny didn't have any money. And the Sharon Foundation bought the copyright. They get the credit
Sure.
for his invention. That's the same with the telephone. Telephones were used by the railroad because a German man and a Swedish man who don't have any rights yet in America to have a copyright have to bring in Alexander Graham Bell, who has money, who tests the theory,
Yeah.
has everybody draw paintings of him testing the theory so that he can say he has.
Yeah. The thief of Menlo Park. He invented as much stuff as Andy Warhol painted.
Well, that's the same with
Yeah.
Edison.
Yeah.
He didn't invent things either.
Yeah. Thomas Edison. They call him the Wizard of Menlo Park.
That sounds about right. Where's your Detroit's?
Okay, through prospect for 803.
BNSF SD40-2, BNSF number 58 switcher, BNSF H1 on it. Coming up, the other one, right there. A little hard to see. There's an H1 on that 58. Train we got left.
And I get up all the way to the south end, side of the puppet.
Smells like lumber. Cars, how far does that go? Jesus.
Break over.
Good.
Did we get your signal there at Knox? What'd you do? You're good to go, over.
Get the signal, we're good to go.
That is correct, over.
It's about done. BC rail. can tell by the color of it. Now the ditch lights are on.